Okay, here we are playing scenario 1 in the Fireball Forward book, giving this another go. This is my second time at this scenario, watching Jim O's video. You're supposed to start 12 inches from the east side. I had them set up here, so they were just being able to fire on the Americans, and it was turn 2, and it was already 21 victory points for the Germans. So let's go over real quick. The Germans are defending with 2 machine gun teams and a squad, I believe. Let's take a look here. That is a squad and platoon leader. Everyone's a morale 4. These guys, crews are all 4. They're valiant based on the roll I got for the variability, which is cool. Last time they were a 5. And last time this guy was a 5 command. Now he's a 4. The battery headquarters is 2 rifle teams, not squads, and one of the machine gun teams is with him, and a company leader. Everyone there is a 4 as well. They're defending these hexes, these trenches. These trenches, this technically all borders this wall here. But you just do that to make it so this isn't touching the ground. But these, all the brown lines here are touching the hedgerow, so you can only see if you're up adjacent. These guys are out of sight, and they block line of sight. So again, these are supposed to be straight down, but they block line of sight. Everything's hard cover, hard cover. Everyone's going to come in blind. They'll be blind. I'm just going to put blinds on them and make people spot to learn how to do that. Over here, the Americans have Winters at a 3 with a team. We have 2 machine guns that don't have a commander. Winters can command them and rally them if they need to. Everyone rallies on a 6 unless they got a commander, and then they use their rating. We got Compton, who's a 3, who was a 4 in the last game, and 2 teams. And let me make sure I got that right. Yep, and Spears over there will come in on turn 4 with a squad. And he's a 3, and the squad is a 4. I think these guys here, I'm going to put the machine gun in here to fire down here, and into here against the Americans until Spear comes on 4. Maybe keep one machine gun there, but maybe put the other machine gun, one of the machine guns here, and the commander here touching the machine gun. Every turn, every time at the end of a turn when these... For each gun operable, it's 1 victory point, so 4 victory points right there at the end of each turn, unless you destroy the gun. You destroy a gun by having a leader rally next to it, and it destroys it. Then the gun's fired, and then you roll a d3. And for every one that fires, you roll a d3, and they get 1 to 3 points. So you could get as many as 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 points in turn 1. If everyone rolled their highest and also was still operable. So that would be killer. 24, and it's a German victory. So we'll see what happens. Go watch Jim O's video. He's the one that made me realize by watching that these guys are 12 inches, not here. All right, let's see how it goes. I'll come back after 1.
Why does this happen? This happened in the last game with Winters. So Compton was leading him. He destroyed the gun. Turn 1, fantastic. Machine gun fired, and the other machine gun says yet to fire, so I guess I shouldn't put these on here yet. Well, both guys suppressed because they both passed because they were touched by, I think they were 6s and 5s. And then Compton rolls. Good night. It's shaking like crazy. Compton rolls, and he rolls 2 1s. Dead. Fantastic.
All right, here we are, everybody, into turn 1. Here's the order of events. We had American, German, and they played, but the Americans interrupted it with their permanent initiative. American, German, 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 American. So what happened was the Americans got in there because they got in there, and then they used their initiative to close combat, but how did that work? Oh yeah, they destroyed the guy with that extra initiative combat roll. The first close combat they tied up, and I'm like, this can't not stand. So I did the initiative and got the crew knocked out, and also through a rally action blew up the gun. Yay. Then these guys fired upon them. The first machine gun did nothing. The second machine gun killed, or I'm sorry, unalived. Anyway, Compton got knocked out. He rolled 2 1s for his morale. These guys rolled 5s and 6s, so they were just suppressed. And then this guy, little rifle team. Oh wait, hold on. Let's check that out real quick. Was it a rifle team that shot him? Oh, I can't look there. Well, anyway, if it was a rifle team, it should have been a -1. Actually, no, it's not a -1. I have to roll the red die and see if it equals. Yeah, or anyway, their fire is less effective. It's fine. Anyway, I broke them. They routed back here. The Germans fired their guns, got 5 points for firing and 3 points for 3 guns surviving, or a total of 8 at the end of the turn for VP, so they're a third of the way there. Winters moved up, rallied both guys. They were done. And then the battery headquarters moved up into this trench with one guy moving up here to support these guys. And then the machine guns moved into this hex here. So into that trench. Hex. What am I playing here? ASL? Anyway. Oh, and speaking of hex, there he is. Hexy. Okay, that's it. This is a 2x3 table, by the way, and yeah, felt. All right, we'll see it. And paper counters. Hey, everybody, turn 2. Here's the order of events. Americans used their initiative after the German card was pulled. What'd they do? Yep, I sure can't remember. I think they probably went into here. I think these machine guns fired on the crew, broke the crew. The crew's over here, ready to come back because he rallied with that guy on one of the activations. Germans went. Basically what's happened is here is Winters failed his rally roll to blow up the gun. He and his team eventually got broken by these machine guns and all that over there. I thought I'd killed them and I'd figured out some stuff. These two teams over here moving around to try to take this guy out. Team fire is really ineffective because that red has to be greater than 3 for the white die to hit. So that's an interesting little twist, and I failed on all 3 of their rolls to do that. No, he did get a 6 and he got the right roll, but he passed his roll. So this crew's out, so they didn't get that fire for the gun, but they got a 3 and a 2, so they still got 5. There's still 3 guns here. That's 8. That's a total of 16. They are 2/3 of the way there. Come on, Americans, let's go. Another. So in turn 3, nothing. These guys don't come on. Turn 4, they come on. Kind of wish that would be a variable roll, maybe even starting turn 3, but it's not. Too bad. All right, see ya. All right, well, that's just pitiful. Into turn 3. Total points, 24. Again, another 5, another 3, another 8, another 24. All right, 24, the game is over after turn 3. Spears didn't even get on the board. 1 gun destroyed. The same one. Ugh, just pitiful. Look at all this. Anyway, here's the order of things. Americans interrupted, German, American. Basically, here it ended up, there was just a scrum here. That crew that was knocked back rallied, eventually came back after these guys. The Winters and the guy got in there. They were broken. They came back. The other machine guns got broken here. They moved back. Winters tried to rally him. Couldn't do it. This guy tried to rally. He couldn't do it. These 2 guys came up here, shot, started doing the team firing right. They fired one round with the fails, no one hit, and then they went around. Oh, actually, no, he got hit, but he passed. And then they did another round of shooting. He broke. No, another round shooting, nothing happened. And then they close assaulted. They both close assaulted. That's cool. Well, no, they didn't, because then he op-fired and knocked him back. I'm just all kind of confused. And then these guys rushed into support with the leader to get rid of this guy, and nothing happened. They all tied up again. So, and that crew was able to run in and reman the gun. He did not get to fire this turn 3, but he would on turn 4. No one rallied here. Doesn't matter. The game's over. 24 points, and the Americans take 1 gun out. Yeah. So I don't know what to say about that, except for the game went fairly fast. I think Jeff sitting here watching me play 2 turns. That's pretty good. Oh, wait, there he is. Let's show you again. There he is again. But, and then Mr. McMurray popped on and said, you can have those minis back. So they made me cry out loud about that. It's pretty cool. I don't know if I should do this or again. So I basically, the first time was a mistake. Lots of mistaken setup, but I might try the next scenario just to learn some more of the rules and stuff. It's a real bummer, though, not getting this. I probably should play McMurray in this so he could show me how it's done. He thought this might work for a Arnhem game. Market Garden game he's thinking of. Just need that book to come out. All right, we'll talk to you. See you after the next one. Bye.